Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Brinley. You can also call me Bryn, and I make reaction, review, and critique content here on the web. And today we are going to be talking about the GMMTV 2026 lineup, which is happening on Tuesday, okay? And today we're going to be talking about my wish list. Some of the theories I've seen circulating, aka the theories I feel like have most weight, and I'm here to inform you about them, and rumors and give you my opinion on some of the rumors that are circulating. So it'll be fun. Before we jump into it, please make sure you are subscribed, give this video a like, and let me know what you want to see from the lineup down below. And if you wish to support me further, check out my Patreon, also linked down below. If you become a member, you get early access to videos and also exclusive benefits. So go ahead, check that out as well. Okay, without further ado, let's get into talking about the GMMTV 2026 lineup. Before we jump into the video, I have some very exciting news that I can finally share with you all. This has been cooking for a little bit. It was announced yesterday, okay? So if you want to get some sun, enjoy the sea, and hang out with me and other creators talking about BL for a few days, you should come on the first ever BL cruise. I am one of the featured creators on this journey. It will happen from September 7th through September 11th, 2026, sailing off from Long Beach, California. It is going to be so much fun. We're going to go to Mexico. We're going to play fun games. We're going to get to know each other. It is going to be amazing. It's all being organized by someone who I know named Dynasty, and I'll give all of your information that you need to find Dynasty here. If you have questions or concerns about this event, go check out their TikTok and their YouTube, okay? And I'll also link the website down below. So if you're interested on coming on a cruise with me, some other creators, and a bunch of BL fans, check it out. We are setting sail in September. So I'm very excited to be a part of this, and I hope to see a lot of you there. My first item on my wish list is that I want a BL series where they are parents, okay? And I don't want it to just be like, you know, how in that summer, in the last two episodes, I think in the penultimate episode, two of the characters who were the side ship adopted a child, which is so cool. Okay, we love that. I'm so happy. But I want it to be a major part of the plot. Like whether it's one character is a single parent and the other character is not a parent and they're trying to like date the character who's the single parent. I would love that. Or maybe something like Our Dining Table, which is a really great manga. I highly recommend it. Something with that vibe. I want to see a BL like that. And they have a few actors who are in like the parents' age range, like media acting wise. You know, they have like a significant amount who are in their late 20s, early 30s. And I would love to see them tackle a more mature parenting storyline, and I would really enjoy it. I really would. My next wishlist item is that they have at least 5 GLs. Because what do you mean in the 2025 lineup, they only announced 2 GLs, okay, and only one of them has aired yet? That would be Whale Store. I need at least 5, okay? And I'm not including Girl Rules in that. I'm excited for Girl Rules, don't get me wrong. But I want 5 new stories, okay? And I want them to be all not ensemble series. So maybe 5 plus 6. They can have a 6th one that's an ensemble series. Okay? So, because listen, they got a few GL ships now. I think it's time to let the girls shine. Let us see more GLs immediately. Thank you. That segues perfectly into my next wish list point, is that Emmy Bonnie get a 2nd series, and I want it to be just, if not more, angsty than Us the series was. Yes, that is my dream for Emmy Bonnie, to have another series that is heartbreaking. I need them to have another series lead immediately. So GMMTV, get on that. My next wish list item is that GMMTV produces a high school GL. And if I get a say, which I don't, but this is my wish list and this can be delulu, I would like to see a Thai version of the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. I think they definitely could do it, and it's a high school GL, and I have a whole cast in mind, okay? Listen, my vision, trust it. And honestly, I could see them doing it because it involves music, and they have a few girls who are very musically inclined, and so I think it could be really good. But even though that is my delulu wish, and that probably won't happen, I would just like to see a high school GL. I really feel like every single year they should have at least one high school GL, one high school BL, one university BL, and one university GL, because they're making they make a lot of series a year, which we can talk about a little bit later. But I feel like since they make so many, we should consistently have that storyline, because also something we know is those storylines are fairly easy to organize to film, right? Because there's plenty of universities. And they're pretty low budget because they don't require like super special effects, because it's not like, we're doing Twilight over here. It's more like we're doing an engineering drama. You know what I mean? And listen, even though people are like, they do too many of them. Personally, there are plenty of very unique engineering. There's plenty of unique university and high school GL and BL novels that they could adapt. And they also have younger actors who some who haven't really had the chance to shine yet. And it could be a really good way to start establishing like the new generation of faves, because, some actors might retire. Some actors might choose to leave the world of QL. Like, you're not always going to have the same people on your roster. So it's good to start, making some sort of process, right? Where we start with high school, then university, and then you kind of age out into other concepts. Does that make sense? And this also goes into my next wish list item, which is I want a stereotypical engineering university GL. Okay, listen, I want it. And I'm sorry, somebody's gonna be like, that's so boring, that's so stereotypical. I find them very entertaining and very endearing, and I would like to see it right now. I would like to see it. So that's another wish list item. I want a historic BL and I want a historic GL. I also want an ensemble series. This is probably my most controversial wish list item. I want an ensemble series that includes a main BL ship and a main GL ship that get equal amounts of screen time. I know it's controversial to say that, but I think it would be fun. And I have just the ships in mind. I won't say who I have. No, I'll say it. I think perfect for it would be Emmy Bonnie and William Est. That's who I want in the BLGL ensemble series together. But I will take anything. And I know that's controversial, so please don't rake me across the coals for saying I want a show that has both BL and GL ships in it. So I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but it's literally everything I want. Also, I low-key want Emmy to play a player with a wolf cut. No, I will not elaborate further at this time. Please respect my privacy. Another thing I want is either a Tamepo spinoff, a Tamepo R Sky, or, a Tamepo spinoff that focuses on June Dillon. I'll be happy with anything. I would just love to be in the Tamepo universe again. I want the director of Not Me, who also directed Burnout Syndrome, to have another show with GMMTV. I really want that because their direction style is literally my favorite, and Not Me is literally one of the best series that GMMTV has ever made. And so I really would like to see that director back, and honestly, I'd love it if they directed a GL. I'd be into that. Or you know what? I'll take whatever as long as it's a QL. I just want them to direct another QL for GMMTV. Now, this is how you know this is my wish list, because a wish list can be delulu and I can have no evidence, right? So my delulu wish that I want more than anything in the world is Tor Fluke back. Give me back Tor Fluke. Mind you, they were giving interviews in 2024 saying they want to continue working together. GMMTV, why didn't we capitalize on that? I want Tor Fluke back. And I don't want to see anybody in my comment sections being like, you're not getting Tor Fluke back. Can't you just let me live in my delulu for a little bit? Please, just let me live in my delulu. Like, I understand it's delulu, okay? But like, we're totally getting Tor Fluke back. It's delulu. We're getting them back. Don't. Remember, you're going to let me be delulu. And now that we're done talking about my wish list, which is delulu and not based in evidence, we are going to be moving on to some of the theories I've seen circulating that I think have the most weight to them. So the first theory we're going to talk about today is the theory that Forcebook, Jungdunk, Junior Mark, and Jimmy C are going to be in an ensemble BL series together. This rumor started circulating, maybe it was a few months ago or maybe it was last month, and it originally started because somebody posted this photo on Twitter for all to see. And we can see a lot of the suspects that I just labeled here. And some folks have said that this is the office of Pita, who is the man in charge of GMMTV. And as you can see, Force tweeted it. Oh, it was June. I'm so sorry. That was a few months ago, not last month. What did he say? It says soon. And then June tweeted it as well. So this photo is kind of what sparked, at least in my circle. There might have been other things that sparked this in other people's circles, but with the folks that I follow online, this is kind of like how I saw the rumors start to circulate, okay? Now, there's this theory that all of them are going to be in an ensemble series together, and there's actually a theory of which books that the series will entail. So let's take a look at that for a second. Okay, so Ribbon Bow is the author. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing their username right. And these are the 4 books that are speculated to be the Forcebook, Jungdunk, Junior Mark, and Jimmy C series, okay? Now, honestly, here's the thing. My judgment on this is that I will have to see the pilot trailers. I've read the summaries. If you guys want to read the summaries, they're available on Meb, and I can link them down below. Honestly, it depends for me, like, how good the pilot is. And honestly, because, like, I'm not familiar with this book series at all. I was not familiar with this book series until, these theories kind of started. And, but it'll depend, like, for the pilots for me. If I'm watching the pilots and I'm like, wow, this seems like a really good concept. This seems like all of the ships were cast really well. Like, I could totally get behind it. Oh, I do believe Secret Garden is theorized to be Jimmy C. You'll notice in the design, there are these cacti. Jimmy C had this poster a few months ago. So as you can see here, it was a poster for their fan con that happened, and fans were speculating because if you look at these windows, they represent Jimmy C's past series. For example, people were saying this is Vice Versa. People were saying this is My Magic Prophecy, and this is Last Twilight. So folks noticed that there was a 4th one, and they were like, whoa, does this mean they're getting a 4th series? And I promise this is connected. You'll see here, it looks like the desert, which is why they are theorizing that this is the novel that Jimmy C will be out of the 4. So if that's true, that is the confirmed one. Or the confirmed one for this fan theory. Obviously, nothing is confirmed yet. Tuesday hasn't happened. And so based on the summaries that I read, honestly, I'm just going to have to see the director's vision. Because I was like, oh, I feel like this is giving Junior Mark, but I've seen a lot of people online say Jungdunk. And so, we'll just have to see like what folks' vision is here. So yeah, but that is how the rumor came to be that Secret Garden will be Jimmy C's book out of the 4, if that makes sense. So another one of the theories, I can already tell someone's like, why is Brindley trying not to smile? Another one of the theories hinges on Tame Poe. And okay, this is less theory. Okay, it's more of a theory of like, we don't exactly know what it is, but let's talk about what happened a little bit, okay? So, I'm going to pull it up here so folks can see it. Okay, so at Lycan's concert, something happened in which this came on the screen. So checkpoint 4, tempo, heart that skips a beat, right? And what does it say at the bottom? Status. Mission expanded. Mission expanded? Mission expanded? You mean to tell me that we're getting something with tempo back? So my brain, there's a few theories circulating. One, the one that I feel like makes the most sense is that we're getting like a tempo R Sky. Okay. But do I want tempo season 2 that has June Dillon? Yes, I do want that. But do I think that's what we're getting? I actually don't know at this point. This is like the only evidence that I have necessarily found. But yeah, I think most likely like a tempo R Sky, which is GMMTV, is like special episode. Okay, if you are unfamiliar, the R Skies are essentially GMMTV's version of a special episode. They didn't do one last year, but that's what I think it could be. Although I would love tempo season. I will take anything in the tempo universe. So I hope the mission expanded actually does mean it's coming back and not that it means something else. I want it to come back so badly. So now I'm going to mention some of the rumors that I've seen that have not as much evidence as the first two that we talked about, or theories, but they're circulating, and I'll just present them and, take this with a grain of salt, right? There is a theory that this novel is getting adapted by GMMTV, and likely it will star Almond in Progress, who, if you don't know who they were the main ship in Lovesick 2024, and they were signed to GMMTV a bit ago. And so the theory is that this will be them. And I'm not gonna lie, just looking at the cover of the novel, they really do look like Almond in Progress. Like, it's kind of uncanny. It's kind of uncanny to me. I don't know where this rumor is coming from, but that is their rumor. This is the novel that is rumored to be what Luke Mick will be starring in this year. Honestly, the summary of the novel is so interesting. It's a transmigration story. Honestly, like, if they really are adapting this, I will be excited to watch it no matter who the ship is in it. There's also a rumor that they are adapting this novel and that Chokun Aston will be the stars of it. Again, I'm not sure where that rumor is coming from. I looked into it a little bit. That is the rumor right now. Honestly, the plot summary looks really interesting. It also looks like kind of a heavy story. And so if they are adapting this, I will be really interested in watching it, no matter who the ship is. Although I would be really excited to see Chokun Aston get a main series lead. I really would. So there is another rumor, but hear me out. Last year, this book was rumored to be getting adapted too. People were talking about it. They're saying, oh, this is going to be in GMMTV 2025, and it wasn't. So again, take this with a grain of salt. But there is a rumor that this is getting adapted. I've seen like 6 different ships put forward for this. So from my understanding of the story, it is historic BL. Love that. Okay. I love that. And apparently it is about 3 brothers, and each of them has their own like love story arc. And, I'm not opposed to it. But again, this was a story that was rumored to be getting adapted last year, and it wasn't. So, I mean, maybe they'll do it this year. We'll talk a bit about more why this kind of fits in like with the theory I have about GMMTV's strategy moving forward. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because I see it circulating, and people who are all talking about this cannot decide which ship they think is going to be in it. Which ships, because there will be multiple if they were to do this. This was by no means a comprehensive list of all of the theories that are circulating. This is just a lot of the ones that I've seen all over my timeline and ones that I've kind of dug into a little bit more. Like there was one rumor that was circulating that when I looked into it, a different company was already like releasing BL based off of those books. So yeah, there's a ton of rumors circulating. Obviously, nothing is confirmed. Tuesday could be a complete surprise, but I just wanted to share some of the theories and rumors that I have been seeing on the timeline and talked about with you all. So in this next part, I will be talking about some of the rumors in which I've heard, unlike the theories that we were talking about before, and kind of giving you my thoughts on them. All right, so now we're going to be discussing some of the rumors, and I have my pen here because I wrote the rumors down, or not like rumors. They are just things that I hear people talking about. Some are rumors, and some are just things I've seen on people's bingo cards. This is my channel, I can do what I want. Okay, so the first one up is Do-T. So I've seen this rumor that they think Do-T are going to have a main series lead, or they're going to become a ship in some capacity. And here's the thing. I like both of them as actors. I do. This isn't something that I'm like super gunning for. Like, of course I've heard the rumors about Do-T, right? But every time I've asked like people to go into details about the rumors, they haven't given me like things substantial. They haven't given me enough evidence yet for the IRL rumors about them. Now, could the rumors that they're going to be in a ship be true? Sure. And how do I feel about that? I think it would depend for me if the concept of the pilot is good. If the concept of the pilot is good and I'm compelled by their chemistry and the storyline of the pilot, I can get behind Do-T. Listen. And you'll notice this is going to be a theme of this section. It's not that I'm opposed. It's just y'all got to convince me. And I am willing to be convinced. So after Do-T is another similar rumor. Not Hong. There is a rumor. Oh, let's be real. This rumor has been circulating for a while. That Nut Hong are going to be a ship. Whether it is a BL ship or a bromance ship, it is a rumor that they will be doing pair work together. Now, I could make a whole separate video about how I feel about bromance. I don't want them to be a bromance ship. I think if you're going to have them do a story where the story's about their friendship, not about a romantic relationship, don't make them a bromance ship. Have that be like a side plot in a different show. I don't like bromance. I'll be honest with you all. There's a difference between a friendship series and a bromance series to me. If you're interested, I'd be happy to make a follow-up video about that. But I think, because I have mutuals who are like yous, who are on both sides of this, right? I have friends who are like yous, who are like, we don't want that. Then there are friends on the other side who are like, we really want that. To me, I've also seen some people being like, don't ship Nut Hong because they don't want it. Or like, I hope they wouldn't be forced into doing this. Now, here's the thing. I don't think if they get a ship show together that they would have been forced into it. I mean, obviously that might not be the case. But I really do feel like if they're given the opportunity and they are a ship in some way, it's because they both agreed to it. So I will support them. In fact, I'll cheer them on, unless it's a bromance, and in that case, I will be upset. I'll have to lick my wounds for a little bit, and then I can process it, and I'll come back. I just don't like bromance. My issue is not with Nut Hong. My issue is with bromance as a genre. But how would I feel if they became a BL ship? I'd be down. I would be so down. This is like, I would be jazzed, okay? Because if they become a BL ship, and that means we get to have June Dillon spinoff or June Dillon in Our Sky, abso-freaking-lutely, I'm down. Honestly, it's just crazy how much chemistry they have as June Dillon. And those characters barely interact in the canon of Tame Po. So, would I be behind it? Abso-freaking-lutely I would. Yes, please. I want that. Only if they want it. If they don't want it, then I support that. I support whatever they so wish, and I will continue to ship June Dillon and read every June Dillon fanfic on AO3. But I support them no matter what. There's a rumor that Great and Bright, as in Bright from I Feel You Linger in the Air and Great from Wanji Good Day, are going to be a ship. And at first I didn't see the vision. But the more I've looked into it, I'm behind this. I'm behind this 100%. And there's like, some evidence in that they like each other's Instagram posts. They've been to events together. They went to a concert together. There's been some things said by them that make people sus. And honestly, I'm into it. I don't know what kind of show they would put them in. I really hope the concept is good. I'm going to get behind this. I will get behind this rumor. And it is Brindley approved. I'm already compelled, and they've barely interacted. Like at first I was like, no way would that visually work. Because, okay, listen, mind you, both of them are they've done two of my favorite BLs. They both star in one of them. That's pretty stacked. And, Wandy Good Day and I Feel You Linger in the Air. Two of my favorite BLs of all time. And honestly, the more I look into this, the more I'm compelled. Like, let me show you this tweet. Oh my gosh. I just think visually they work very well together. Look at this. Like, can't you see it? I'm kind of into it. And I don't know what the plot would be. Obviously, they are have like a slight age gap, and I'm kind of into it. I don't know, I'm compelled. Visually already, I'm compelled. If this happens, I'm sad. I'm so sad. Call me Team Great Bright or Bright Great, however they're going to market it. I'm on this team. I'm putting myself in on this team. I'm Team Nut Hong. I'm Team this. Like, out of all the proposed hypothetical ships, these are the two, Nut Hong and Bright and Great. Those are the two that I think I am liking the most. Although people who watch my revamp reactions also know I really want somebody else to be a ship. Anyways, the last rumor or prediction that I kind of want to address today is the Omegaverse. I've seen a lot of my mutuals putting it on their wish list or their GMMTV bingo cards. And listen, as someone who accurately predicted which Thai company would be the first to announce that they're doing an Omegaverse series, that's right, I have that clout. I'm kind of an Omegaverse expert, okay? Trust. And by the way, that company is Envlo. When I was like making this hypothetical situation of like who in the Thai BL world did I feel like would reach into Omegaverse first, GMMTV was not on my list of top 3. But considering the way Omegaverse has very quickly become popularized in live action series, as in we had, I think it's called Desire, and now we're having Not. I don't think it's impossible that GMMTV would do it, but I think they shouldn't do it. I think if you're going to attempt the Omegaverse, you have to have an expert behind it. Maybe they have an expert at GMMTV. I don't know who's on their staff. I don't know. But I think you really got to just go for it. And I don't know if GMMTV, you've got to just go for it. And I don't know if GMMTV would just go for it. There are key parts of the Omegaverse that I feel like GMMTV, in its current status, might feel reluctant to tackle. Like, the trope of fated mates. I think that they might feel reluctant, or bonding, nodding. I think they might be reluctant to tackle. And before someone's in my comment section going, they did OnlyFriends, that is very different. That is very different than the Omegaverse. Just because OnlyFriends has some spiciness to it, if you catch my drift, that is not the same as the Omegaverse, in my opinion. Now, if they did it, I think they need to have an experienced director behind it. I think they need to have someone who is knowledgeable about the Omegaverse on their team. And I think probably how they should do it is adopt a novel. I think that would be the easiest way for them to breach into this world, because if they're adapting a novel, it's less likely they'll screw up the world building. Now, if GMMTV was doing an Omegaverse, which I'm not saying is impossible, I'm just saying it would surprise me. It could happen. I think adapting an Omegaverse like Tadaima Okairi would be a good idea. So if you're not familiar, Tadaima Okairi is a manga and an anime. And I think the translation of the title, it's Japanese, is Welcome Home. And it's about parents. It's really adorable. It's actually like really deep too. Like it's adorable. I've read it and I didn't realize for the longest time that I had read it. I don't know why I didn't know that I had read it. But I've only seen, I don't think I've even seen the anime. Maybe I'll react to it on here someday. But I think it would be interesting if they did an Tadaima Okairi Thai version. I think that would be interesting, and I feel like they could pull it off, because while Tadaima Okairi does also take place within the Omegaverse, it is, trust me, there are children. Think, what does that mean in Omegaverse? I think they could pull it off. It is a little bit more on the PG-13 side than, well, a lot of other Omegaverse, I might say, is on the more rated R side. And I think they could handle it well. And I think they have some actors who are reaching the age bracket that they could do it. Like, someone in my TikTok was saying like Junior Mark would be good. Honestly, I see that, but they already have a rumored series. But honestly, like, I can see the vision for Junior Mark, that would be really adorable. But someone with those vibes, like, I think could do really well. And if they paired it with the right director, I think it could work. It just depends on if they're going to prioritize the world building and the script. Because if they don't prioritize the world building, it will be very confusing to people who do not know what the Omegaverse is. And a lot of people don't know what the Omegaverse is. So that is my take on that. If they do it, I'm going to have to hold my judgment till I see that pilot. And I'll give thoughts on the pilot. You know what I mean? But it would surprise me. That is a plot that really would surprise me. I forgot one rumor. There's a rumor that a certain dead ship is coming back. Let me just go on the record and say, please God, no. Please God, no. The fan war would be insane. And I'm not going to say which ship. I think you all know what ship I'm talking about. Okay. So let's talk about one final rumor, and it will kind of tie into a concern I have. So that's why this section is labeled My Concern. There is a rumor that GMMTV is announcing 36 projects for 2026. Now, projects could mean a mix of TV series and other things. Nevertheless, my concern is by the number. 36 is a lot. There are still many shows not done yet from 2025. And that's typical. You know, most lineups, people don't complete it in 1 year. There's always going to be some bleed over, at least for as long as I've been watching the lineups pretty religiously. But 36 is so many. It is so many. And in my opinion, GMMTV already has a quality issue. Right now, it feels like the company is emphasizing quantity over quality, okay? There are a lot of the shows that suffer either in the writer's room, either in the post-production room, or in technical aspects, because it feels like they're just trying to get them out as quick as possible, okay? Also, mind you, there's still a show from 2024 that hasn't come out. It's Scarlet Heart. And that concerns me, because if there's 36 new projects for 2026, doesn't matter if the project is a musical or a video game or whatever, that still means 36 new projects for them, the company, and their artists to work on. That is a lot. That is a lot. And they are already having this quality control problem. And it feels like they are emphasizing just more series out and sacrificing the quality. Please don't get mad at me. This is just my opinion. I'm not sending hate to the company or the artist or anyone involved. This is just my opinion. And it makes me concerned because there are a lot of shows from GMMTV that I have really loved. And then there are a lot of shows, like, for example, and I've spoken about this publicly, and thank you everyone for being so kind. Like, when I was reacting to Revamp, I was shocked by the writing, the quality of the writing. I was shocked in a bad way. For a show that had been in process that long, you would have thought they would have worked a little bit harder on the script. And listen, no hate to the artists or anyone involved. They all did a really great job performing in that show, but the writing and the world building is where it suffered. I don't want to see a ton of shows. I would rather them focus on having less shows and making sure those shows are high quality, that are well written, have good post-production and good effects. I would rather see that. And maybe that's a controversial opinion. Also, if this rumor about 36 new projects is true, I'm going to need more than 5 GLs. Like, let's hypothetically say it's 36 new shows. Crazy. Then more than 5 of them better be GLs. It is time for the ladies to start getting treated better in this company. And it is also time because GL performs very, very well. GL is very popular and it's also great. And they have a lot of GL ships already. They need to start investing in them. Another thing is I would like to see them dedicate higher budgets to their QL projects. That is a criticism a lot of people have for the company. There's a criticism a lot of people have for the company is that they seem to be putting their higher valued productions towards het dramas. Like, if you look at what they're bringing to that showcase that's happening in the United States, they're not bringing a single QL, which rubbed me and a lot of people online the wrong way. And I would like to see them dedicate more time and effort to producing high quality QL. No hate to the company or anyone involved. So now let's get into my predictions. Wow, that took us a while to get here, huh? So my first prediction is we'll actually see a few ensemble series or series that have larger casts. And the reason that I believe this is because they just have so many artists and so many ships now. They have a lot. And so I have a feeling, and they have a lot that are main, like people who would be in the Love Out Loud concert, you know what I mean? They have a lot of people who are considered main ships. So I think we will see a movement where shows will have larger casts, we might see more ensemble series, and we might see more series like Mute Love, which is an anthology series, right? The little sections, I think it's 4 episode story arcs. They're not connected to each other plot-wise, and they have different casts in each one. But they all are kind of under, I think, the theme of like fortune telling. I feel like we're going to see more anthology series and more ensemble series and shows with larger casts because of just how many people GMMTV is going to be expected to employ. I also think we're going to, we might not see this specifically at the lineup, but I think we'll see this in the next few months. I honestly think maybe 1 or 2 like main ships, you know, like their official branded ships, they might retire or take breaks or choose to go without a series together for a little bit. I don't know who that would be. I don't have anyone particularly in mind when I'm saying this, but I have a feeling that that is coming. I think the Jung Dunk, Force Book, Junior Mark, Jimmy C series, I think it's happening. That one I think it's happening for sure. And maybe they found the right novels. I feel like those novels are the ones that are getting adapted. That's one of my predictions. I predict that Like an Est will have something, whether that is a Tampo spinoff or a Tampo R Sky, they will have something together. Now, would I like to see another Like an Est series? Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah, I'd like to see that. Like a different series than Tampo, I'd be down. I love Like an Est. Kapuk Size, they're getting a GL something. Whether they're going to be a side ship or getting their own series or getting a story arc in an ensemble series, it's happening. They're happening. I'm like very much convinced. Another GL ship I'm convinced is happening is Jan and Piploy. I am 100% convinced that it's happening, whether they will be a side ship or get their own main series. There have been hints that they're going to be in a novel that is like loosely in the same universe as the Whale Story novel about a baker. So that I can totally see happening. It's one of my predictions. I think Bright and Great is happening. I don't know in what capacity, but I really do feel like it's happening. And that's not just because I want it to be happening. I really do feel like it is happening. I think the girl group Feliz, I think they are having some sort of series, or whether it means they're each going to be in a series or they are having a series together. I think they will be employed in that capacity in some way. I think First Cow Tongue have some series and it's lightly related to dragons. They keep hinting about dragons, so I feel like, or someone whose name is like Dragon, they keep throwing that around, and so I feel like that's definitely happening. I also think Mark and Ohm are going to have a series together, whether it means they're going to be in an ensemble or a solo or be a side ship, but I definitely get the feeling that they are working together again. And I will include my bingo card here at the end so you all can check out what my other like GMMTV bingo check marks are, and I'll provide you a link so you can fill out your own as well if you'd like it. Also, members of my Patreon, they voted that they would like me to react to the lineup live, which I will be doing, but not when the lineup is actually occurring. We're going to do it at a later date because in my community where we're based in the world, a lot of them would not be awake. So I will put the information here at the end of which day and where we will be having that live stream. So if you want to tune in, that would be really great. If you made it this far in the video, leave a blue emoji for GMMTV down below. Tell me what you want to see from the lineup this Tuesday. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.